Sure. So Peter Diamond was probably, in some sense, the most influential one early on, because he wrote a very influential article in the early 70s where he argued that even very small search costs can actually create rather large changes in the market in a way that I think economists for sure had not understood. So that generated a lot of work in this area. But at the same time, Mortenson had started working on it as well, and Peter Diamond then went to the efficiency question and studied that. Are markets efficient? What can the government do about it? And that he did over a period of 10-15 years. And I think meanwhile, Mortenson and somewhat later Pissarides started working more seriously on the labor market application. So they built up to what is now a standard model that all graduate students and all the policymakers in this area kind of know about and have as a key tool for understanding policy analysis.
You mentioned the standard model that's applied. Could you give us examples of how it's applied and what insights it gives us about, say, for example, the labour market nowadays?
Right. So, I mean, when say the Ministry of or in charge of labour market issues wants to think about unemployment benefits. Should they increase them? Should they not? Should they decrease them? And it goes up and down in different countries. Then systematically, what are the effects of that? And the Diamond, Mortenson, Pissarides model, as we call it, has been used to show quite clearly that increased unemployment benefits through several channels tends to lead to higher unemployment rates. So you can actually see very clearly by just having the complete picture the way they have served it up for us. Then, of course, the next step is to ask if it's desirable to in this case, it would be decrease the unemployment benefit because that would lower the unemployment rate. But then one has to think about the unemployed workers. If you lower the benefits, it's bad for those who are unemployed, and that's, of course, a trade-off. So before you make policy changes, you have to also consider other aspects like the insurance aspect. So I think policymakers use the model to really highlight these important aspects of the choice of that particular instrument. But it's similar with other changes in labor market regulations. You can sort of feed them through the model and analyze the outcome.